Let's analyze the stock market trading session for today, Wednesday, April 27, 2022. This is the daily chart of the S&P 500. I liquidated my position yesterday. I got stopped out. If you remember, I bought this day at the end of the day, and I got stopped out yesterday under 4,200 when it dipped below this low. This is a 5-minute chart. Yesterday it opened lower and sold off all day long. Not really all day long, but you know what I mean. Consolidated around here, thinking by the end of the day, let's see if it can bounce, and it didn't. So I got stopped out where that arrow is, just under 4,200. Since I'm already here, let's talk about today's price action. Open higher, big bounce, and it ended up dipping below yesterday's low. So I'm sure a lot of people got caught thinking this was a low, played the bounce, and then probably high probability they got stopped out under this low. Reason why I normally wait until the end of the day to prevent stuff like this. I know that's a trade-off, but I try to prevent fake outs. So most of the time I end up buying at the end of the day, which, like I said, I pay more to see more. Was a trade-off, smaller profit, but a higher winning rate. Coming back to the daily chart, today's low was roughly the low back here, March 14, and I believe March 8th, something like that. So point is, it's been support twice before, and today was the third time. Is it going to hold? We will find out as soon as tomorrow. Today, I don't see a reason to go long. I'm still looking for that bounce. I've been I've taken 3 small losses in a row. So for the bounce, I'm going to be more conservative and wait for further confirmation. For instance, if tomorrow we gap higher, I will probably won't take the trade. Why? Because on Thursday, well, tomorrow at the end of the day, Apple and Amazon will be reporting earnings. So, those two stocks will move the market, the NASDAQ 100 especially. So, if that's the case, then if I have a really tight stop loss, I'm going to get stopped out immediately after the market opens, and I'll probably end up taking a bigger loss than I planned for. So tomorrow I would have to see like an exceptional setup in order for me to buy and go long. But levels that I'll be watching tomorrow, of course, will be today's low at 4,200. I find that pivot point very important. 4220 and 4250. Very difficult for me to anticipate real-time price action. I really need to see real-time price action to be able to decide whether to go long or just to skip this trade. And if we open higher the following day, then that means by definition I won't catch the bounce. Now for the NASDAQ 100, also for the record, I have no position. I got stopped out yesterday also. I bought here, got stopped out when it dipped below this low. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. So this is a 5-minute chart. Yesterday it opened lowered, and basically it just went straight down. I mean, not even a bounce, not even give me a chance to sell into that bounce. Just within half an hour, I got stopped out. Didn't feel good, but I like when I get stopped out right away. Not right away, but within a day. The following, usually that's what I like. If I buy today, I want, if I'm right, it's gonna go up immediately. That's if I'm long. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna get stopped out. I hate when I buy and you end up with something like this. It's like, okay, what is the next day? What is it gonna do? Is it gonna bounce back up, or am I gonna get stopped out? And if it closes near my stop loss, then what I normally do, I just liquidate my position just to prevent a big um, gap down. So in other words, I don't like this choppiness. Which was today's price action? Back to the daily chart, 13,000 was this level. Is this level important? It was today. It was yesterday. It was the low of the day. And over here also back in March, about roughly 6 weeks ago. And to a certain extent, you can probably say that was, around that same zone. So tomorrow, that will be an important level, including today's low. The 5-day moving average, that will be the biggest major resistance. If, as I mentioned, if we open higher, I I don't know if I'm gonna take this trade. Like I said, it will be Amazon and Apple reporting at the end of the day. So expect that's tomorrow. So Friday morning, expect a gap either up or down. I'll take a guess. I don't like gambling, so as a result, chances are I will not be taking this trade. If I miss the bottom, the bounce, well, that's trading for you. And now for the semiconductor index, this one, lowered also today, just like the other indices, trying to find a bottom. Not much to do between below all major moving averages, so expect a bounce, just like the other indices. Of course, when one bounces, the other one will too. So this one, I don't really, I don't have much luck trading the semiconductor index. When looking for a bounce, I usually play the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500, but not all the time. If you remember, I bought this day at the end of the day, and I ended up liquidating my position. I sold some shares here and some shares here also. So I occasionally play the semiconductor index. Oh yes, and here too. I bought it here and I ended up liquidating my position, I think somewhere around here. So whatever I said, I kind of lied to you because I do play it occasionally, but not as often as the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100. And of course, you know that this one is very directly correlated to the Nasdaq 100. But technically, I like the Nasdaq 100 better. And for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, same as the other indices, just trying to find a bottom. Momentum to the downside has been slower, so expecting a bounce. We'll see when it happens. But getting closer to that day, low all major moving averages. So the path leads resistance is south. Major support, first major resistance, I should say, resistance will be the declining 5-day moving average. Now for the Russell 2000 IWM ETF, this one dipped below the zone around 187.5, which was support here, and yesterday closed right on that spot. And today it dipped below that, closing very close to that range. We'll see if this was just a fake move to the downside and can quickly recover, move higher. But same as the other indices, this one is below all major moving averages, so the path of least resistance is south. But of course, it has been um, selling off too much too fast, so expect a bounce any day now. I know it's been a long video. I always wonder who actually watches the whole video. I'm just kind of curious. Uh, If you have a chance, please in the comment section, just let me know. Or if there's any suggestions that you want me to focus. I normally focus on the Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500, but if you want me to focus on more on one of the other indices or intraday price action, please let me know. Thanks for stopping by and good luck trading tomorrow.